Welcome to the Wednesday Call Live! Filmed in beautiful Burlington, North Carolina in front of a live studio audience. Now let's hear it for your host, our President and CEO, Andy Albright!
All right, y'all grab a seat. I'm fired up out of my mind. It's 2020, baby. And I'm back in North Carolina.
Welcome home, Bo.
Terry, I told my wife, I said, baby, we live on an island. Do y'all know this? We live on an island now. My address is Treasure Island.
Oh, wow.
For real, it's in Florida. I hope you get to visit sometime. We moved into our beautiful home on the ocean. It's on the Gulf of Mexico, and it's beautiful every day. Jane will say, you want to go out to eat? I'll be like, after sunset. Like, I'm the one that I've always, my mom was like, you always did like flowers and stuff. I did and do. I love those sunsets. I mean, I've got crazy pictures. I'll show you. I got, ask Amber, bring me my other phone when I get a chance. But matter of fact, that would have been stuff for Billy to show. But we now live in Treasure Island. It's literally an island. And actually, we live on Sunset Beach on Treasure Island. And they call it Sunset Beach for a reason. It's just stupid, crazy, beautiful. So we flew back yesterday for the TWC. And because Jane missed her dogs that didn't go to the beach. We have 3 big dogs that live at home out on 55 acres. They've probably got 12 or 15 to roam that has the dog fence. And we took 2 with us. But we're thrilled to be back, but we're thrilled to be Florida residents. So we're changing all the paperwork and everything. But so I'm excited. I did a lot of training sessions down there with a lot of my buddies down there. But I mean, the jet is fully loaded and fueled. We're going to continue to fly all over the country and build this thing like something like out of this world. Okay, 2020 vision. So many things are going on. Let me think. What's the highest priority? Well, this year's theme is driven. It's also going to be known as the year of the fanatics. I have worked feverishly with Jim Henson and a lot of other people to develop this carrier mix that we have. And Foresters continues to lead the way. It has for years. CFG is very strong with us. Mutual of Omaha. Phoenix has been purchased by a company called Nassau Re, and they have a bunch of money. I know almost a lot. They seem to be willing to share. So we're going to have stuff rolling out with them towards the end of the year that's just going to be mind-boggling. We're working on 2 other crazy deals with carriers. 2 other crazy new deals with carriers. Big. But we have such a suite of products now, I don't feel like I'm demanded to my time. We rolled out the ARC January 14th of last year, so it's actually 1-year anniversary. This is our commission system that covers our rear end. It's where you own your own business. It is perfect timing if you're brand new. If you came on, I was saying that January 14th of last year, the only unperfectness of it was some cluster junks that was going on. And you didn't get to experience, now you won't get to experience that cluster mishap that we were having because it was brand new, right? So, but now it's organized. We're not finished organizing, but we're set to go crazy. You with me? Like it is, everything is set up, Terry, to recruit like a fanatic and sell like a fanatic. You with me? I did a video a few years ago called 2020 Vision. Yeah, a few years ago, I did 2020 Vision. Because guess what I knew was coming? 2020. And people asked me back then, and every day since then, they said, it's a little fanatical, that 2020 Vision. Do you mean it? And I was like, yeah. You hire 20 people, Will, and you sell 20,000. It's like a full week of building your business. You with me? Does that make sense? Yeah. So now it's a month. I'm talking about 20,000 in production and 20 direct recruits, contracted, licensed, ready to go every month. People say, you can't possibly expect anybody to do that. I go like, sure, why not? It's 168 hours. That can't take you 70 or 80. That's not even half of the week. You could be part-time and do that. People go like, oh, more than 40 hours? We're talking about getting rich. Hello? You remember the part where you would give your left thumb? You remember when you said that? For the money you got, I'd give my left thumb. Well, I don't want your left thumb or any other parts. What I'm looking for is 2020. And I give it to you. Just on a silver platter, baby. Not kidding you. Anybody can have it, and I can show you exactly how to do it. But you got to bring the want to, W-A-N-T-T-O.
All right, now.
And you got to bring the do-do.
Uh-oh, easy.
That's not the do-do. It's the do and the do. Recruit and build. The do and the do. Does that make sense? I can't do everything for you. Does that make sense? And you can't give me a part and expect me to give you the deal. You with me? You got to bring that. I'm telling y'all, the year of the fanatic, and it's already showing up. And we're going to incentivize it. Some would call it bribe you. Some would call it incentivizing. When I'm talking to different people, when they want me to do something, I say, I can be incentivized. You with me? I can't be bought, but I can be rented. Okay? Does that make sense? So here's our kind of our ploy. Thailand, trip of a lifetime. Not only will we give you a trip of a lifetime to Thailand, we're also going to go to Phuket and Chiang Mai. That's a minimum shot. What we really want you to do is win this trip for your mom and daddy and bring them with you. You say, how about my aunt and my uncle? I don't care if it's your cousin and your cousinette. You get to bring the two people in addition to you two. I have people now today that saying they're going to do that without a shadow of doubt. Some of them saying they're going to do that in 6 months. They said, I'm going to win 4 trips in 6 months. I go, you fanatic. You're crazy. You're who I've been looking for. I'm like a linebacker looking. The linebacker's looking for the football. I'm looking for the fanatic. You with me? I'm looking. And when I see them, I'm going to go after them. So I'm going to try my best to start identifying them. And all my statisticians are helping me track how to identify these people. So I'm thinking, what's the best thing we can do? Since Forrester's is throwing out the most cash up front, by the way, they're throwing out 50 grand, I'm throwing out 50 grand, and here's what we're saying. The first 90 days, Billy, let's try to pull up the description of the Forrester's contest. If not the winners, let's just go with the description if you've had that. That's almost it. That's one of them. There's another one. Let's see if we have it. You know what? Let's just go with that. The leaderboard. The other one, the leaderboard. This is another contest. All right, try one more time. Yeah, that one. Okay. This is a drag race, a 90-day contest for an all-expense-paid trip. We never do this. All expense, okay? We're going to fly you to Toronto, Canada. You will meet the top executives. We will tour the organization. They will talk to you. You will get to interact. We will have a stupid good meal. I don't know if you've had a stupid good meal in Toronto, but it is one of my favorite places in the world to eat. We ate at George's restaurant. I cannot promise it will be that good. My girl Taylor spent way bunch money for a 7-course meal for a way lot of people. I don't know if it'll be that good. Oh my God, because it was expensive. Then we trained, then we toured, and then we went to some other stupid thing. We went to, we had a suite at the Toronto Raptors. Is that the basketball organization? And the suite was hanging down over the arena, the court. Not kidding you. You see these pictures. And they're on band, okay? We're announced. Can we pull up band, Billy, that describes the contest? I don't know. All right, so all you can eat, all you can drink. Popcorn was already bagged. I was like, you know it's high class when they already have the bags of popcorn set out at every position. Hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken wings, salmon, It was just stupid, like just strategically positioned in this suite. We had a blast. I don't know if anybody watched the game, but we had a blast. It was when it was something good happened, we were paying attention. But we just had so much fun. That's the game plan. We're going to do it again. Does that make sense? Fly you up there, ridiculous meal. Next will be a jammed up day that wraps up with some kind of event somewhere that's just going to be crazy, and then we'll fly you back to wherever you come from. Okay? All right. We're going to identify the top fanaticals. Yeah, this is awesome, Billy. This is harder to read. I ain't used to this. Album important fanatics. Year-end Alliance Convention. There's more important ones. How can we do that more? Click notice. Where? Oh, right here. I got you. That's it right there. Yeah, that's it. Recruit and help your agent. Scroll me down, Billy. Okay, there's my boy from India. This is Adisorn. Y'all meet him. We're flying him in from Thailand, and he's going to be at that. This is it right here. Can you click on this 90-day? So right here, this one. That's it. Tomorrow on TWC, leaders will be announced. That's what I'm getting ready to do. 90 days, it's already started, but here's what's so cool about it. Okay, first of all, I want you to find this. It's under important notices, and I want you to click. We've got 206 people competing. There are 20 plus 10. There's 40 slots available, and there's only 206 people competing right now. So there's a 25%. Y'all ever did the lottery? And there's 1 in 16,732,007. There's 4 spots per 20, or 40 per 200. There's only 200 people competing. Okay? So I would suggest you click on join right there, and it'll go to 207. As a matter of fact, it'd be fun if we saw that number go up. So this is listed under important notices on band. If you're not on band, your manager is someone that you need to pass, because they should have said, here's the invite to band. If you got an invite to band and you didn't join it, you need to work on your do. And you click the button. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Click the button. I ain't got to it yet. Okie dokie. Did you check your Facebook? Did your Twitter account? Did you check your, that other one? Gram. Did you check your gram? Well, then you should have checked your band. Okay, let's go back to these leaders, Billy. So there's some cool stuff on there. There's another one. We can come back to that one. Okay, they're right there. Okay, so right now, Shannon Barnhart, in less than half the month, has already issued with foresters only, not the old 14 companies. She's paid $7,800, okay, with 7 applications in the first 11 days. She's fanatic. Joe Dukes, 7,300. Merlene Felix, Debbie Ben, Tim Sight, Lisa Lyon. That's Lisa Lyon imitation. Y'all got to hear her script someday. It's funny. Angela Manzo, West Coast represented. Jeremico Edwards, Robert Wilson. That would be Sarge to some of us, but Robert Wilson. Terry and Tia Edwards. I hope y'all go. Scott Broden out in California. Eric and Lisa Drudge. Mimi. Romy. Wait, now look at this. Now I'm going to tell y'all how this works. See if I can explain this to you. There's 20 spots for veterans. Okay? It could be less. If somebody that just got started with the company called a rookie, then they can knock out one of the veterans. Does that make sense? It's going to be a minimum of 5 rookies, okay? There's going to be a minimum of 10 pros. Have I got that right? Is that right? 10, minimum of 5 rookies, there's no minimum of rest. It's 20 slots for veterans, 10 slots for pros, and 5 for rookies. So a rookie could be a bunch of rookies. In other words, there's 40 slots for rookies. Okay? But you got to beat the first 20 veterans. Okay, so watch this. So right here, Eric and Lisa Drudge, a pro, is somebody that started after 2000. I got to simplify this. It's my thinking. They started after January of 2018. Those are pros. So veteran is before January of 18. People have been here a long time. Pros have been here 2 years or basically 2 years. And then the rookies is if you started any time last year. Does that make sense? So Lisa and Eric Drudge, they started in 2018. Then they're they're brand new. They're brand new to the company. They've already written 12 for 4,000. So it's like, they're like way ahead of anybody else. All right. Mimi Romero, Glenda Graham. Now watch this. Only one app, but Glenda's still there. There's a minimum of 5 applications. But I'm not kicking her out because it's the first 11 days. Give her a break. Does that make sense? But Glenda, you got one. You need to keep going. David Bragg. Boom, yow. Texas. Denver, Colorado. Danny Johnson, my buddy for 20 plus years. Chadwick Ray. Look at these. Minimum of 5. He's already got 5. Mike and Brittany Rodriguez, Texas. Jeremy Patton. This is who's the agency manager. Patton's team. Paul and Sam. Paul Van Thoff. Way to go. Already at 3,700. Mike and Carrie Williams. DJ out of Alaska. 3,200. Okay, he's got 4 apps. All right. So now we're moving into rookies. These are brand new people just hired last year. Smoking people that have been here for 7 years. Smoking people that's been here for 3 years. So why is it? I don't know why that is. I don't know why people kill themselves. I don't know why people run. Only reason I run is the game warden's chasing me. It's the longest I ever run in my life. I didn't think the jerker was ever going to stop. I don't know why people do stuff. I know why I do stuff. I don't know why you do stuff. And everybody's different. These rookies are smoking, okay? You with me? You track it. Here's a pro. Here's a pro. DJ Stephanie Rodriguez, Cameron Ashcroft, brand new. He started in 18, so he's been here less than 2 years. So I guess he's been here 2 years. It could be most likely less than 2 years, depending on when in 18 he started. Cynthia Ricky. You got to love that. Kelly Haney's girl. Scott Carpenter, Kyle and Charlene Cater. Brittany Flores, Paul Roberts. Fred Butler Jr. I like all these new names. These are rookies. Look at these are rookies. Brittany Flores, Fred Butler, Noel Anderson, Karen Gill, Eric Claymire. I think it's Claymire. Brandon and Jennifer Bulis. Now watch this. It's do we have, are these victorious? No, these are not winners. So we're at 30. Are you tracking with me? Is it 30? How many total winners are there going to be? 40. Okay, so why is there not? So the 35. So these are still winning. So they're still winning. Gotcha. All right, so Jake and Veray are right. They're in there. Tammy McMillan, Patricia Martin, Doug Schaefer, and Tony McCool. Is that his name, McCool? I like that. I like that name, McCool. So there's your 35. Now watch this. There's 5 other slots that are going to be given away based on this. We're going to have a drawing. And usually our drawing is electronic. It goes tick, 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 tick. And everybody gets a ticket to win if you've sold 5 Foresters applications. So right now, there's nobody. I take that back. Junior Correa has sold 5, but he's not in the top 35. So his name is the only one that would be in the bowl. So Junior would get to go. These people need to do 5 in order to get their name in the lottery. Keep in mind, it's only 11 days in. Brant Swindell, what you think? You think he might turn this thing around and go from... I would not count him out. This is the tiny beginning. You know, this is like when the race starts and you got the leader and you go like, that ain't going to last long. Or the number 40 you with me? So this is the beginning. This is a 90-day sprint. Adam Johnson, there's another heavy one. David Lewis, I see some good ones, great ones down in here. So everybody down in here, all you got to sell, Ethan, all you got to sell is 5 Foresters, and you got to, look, nobody's in the lottery. Nobody's in the lottery except for Junior. Remember, there's 200 and some people in the contest, 206. 40 winners. I showed you 35 that would win. I can't even show you 40 that would win because you're that new in it. All right. All right, y'all tracking with this? This will be posted on band. You can review it and see what's going on. We'll help you understand this. The bottom line is, if you're a veteran, you need to be in the top, because let's see where the veterans end. I'll show you what I mean. Like you see Peters, he's at 3,500, but you see how this person's only at 1,700 because they pushed him out. Does that make sense? The veterans have to fight for the position. The rookies can keep moving up, and they're going to keep their number of people winning. I understand. So rookies and pros cannot be knocked out as easy as veterans. So Minerve is killing it with 3,300, but she really needs to compete up in here, 3,600. It's one app. It's one app away. Okay, now so this is a Forester's 90-day. Forester's did a 30-day contest. Would you go to that one? That's the victory lap. All right. Okay, this is real simple. We do all kinds of contests. If you write 20,000, you're invited to this event. 30,000, you're invited to this event. And when you show up at the event, we'll give you $1,000. You don't have to come, but we're paying you $1,000, and we're going to do something fun, and we're going to eat good. I'm going to be there, okay? So every month we're doing this 30, you can come. And by the way, everybody's invited to the training. Everybody's invited to show the plan. But when we go eat, the 20,000. We go to the race, shoot machine guns. We go to the basketball game. We drive race carts in Orlando. If we go driving race go-karts, only the 30,000 people, and we're going to give them $1,000. Forrester said, we want you to only write with us. And I said, we like writing with Mutual Omaha. We like Transamerica. And they're like, we'll give them $1,000. I was like, well, they might write only with you. So here's the deal. Here's what they said. Here's what Forrester said. If in January they write 30,000 just Foresters, here's $1,000. Matter of fact, if you read it before the convention, we'll give it to you at the convention. You don't have to read it before the convention. You can write it because the convention ends like 27th. You could finish it and get 30. You still get your $1,000. Over 20, give you $500. So as you can see, nobody's quite. Shannon, remember, she was number 1 on the all expense paid trip. She's number 1 on a race to get this. And by the way, it's unlimited $1,000 bills. So you can see who's leading the way. It's really the same people that are winning. They're double winning. And by the way, every point counts toward Thailand. So you're winning Thailand. So she would have 7,800 points toward. All she needs is, well, they don't have Thailand up yet. All she needs is 125,000 points. It's 1 weekend. So multiply 52, or multiply 7 times 52. That's 350,000. All she needs is 125. And it's just, the year's just starting. So you can see where she's shooting to take her whole family. And that's just with one character. Matter of fact, I wonder, Billy, there's one in there that talks about, I don't know, you might not have put, I might have to pull it up. Would you like to know who's written the most so far? For real? Okay, let's see. Top 50 producers. Swindale has written 38,000 issue paid in 11 days. Wow. So multiply that times 52 weeks. Does that make sense? Number 2, Cuz is at 22,000. Russell did a big, part of that is an annuity, which counts. Brant has did 298,000 annuities already this year. Cuz did 200. Ethan Doer's at 147. Y'all don't know Ethan because he just started. He's in the last 24 months. Lori Reed has already did 120,000. Corey Thomas has already did 100. Let's stop at 100,000. So when you take only life, Brandon Beal has issued 17 grand of life insurance. Mike and Kerry Williams, 16,700. Tim Sipe has already paid 16,000. Tim Sipes already did. Tim Sipes, Merlene has already did 15.9. Debbie Ben's already 13,000. Steve Maxim, who was on the jet with me, he's already did 13 with 5 life apps. So then when you consider annuities, we give 10% credit for annuities. So when you consider annuities, Ethan's at 17, Carrie and Mike are at 16, Tim Sipes 16, Merlene Phoenix, Debbie Ben, Steve Maxim. Megan Wood is number 10 in the country right now when you figure in annuities in life. She's at 12.9. Matter of fact, there's no annuities in there. Megan, you're killing them. 35 apps she's already written for $12,988. And by the way, if y'all hadn't figured out this Med Sup and Med Advantage, I've not screamed at anybody about it. She started doing it. The way it works, I don't know, let's just say the commission is $250 per deal. It's every year she gets $250. So a lot of her cases, she only got 250 points, but that $250 is going to come in every year, ongoing, every year. The renewals are stupid on that, stupid good. Okay, it is the best renewal program if you like putting money in the bank in years to come. All right, so one other thing I want to do is Power of 10. These are people that are brand new that have already issued 10. Do we have a Power of 10? I have printouts in my smaller stack. A victory bonus. Forrester's Victory Lap. Rolex. Recruiting Weekly. We don't have one for January for Power 10. Oh, it's not in there. See if you can find it in there. Okay. Thailand. Well, the point system, Brant Swindell's already got 38,000. All he needs is 125. 38,000 in 11 days. Brandon and Ashley Bill already have 17,000. Ethan Dory already has 17,000. Mike and Kerry Williams have 16. Tim Sipes, 16. Marilyn Felix, 16. Yeah. Fanatics. These are how I point to them. Okay? Not based on if I like them. Not based on like pretty like this guy. Or this one. Or ugly like that one. Numbers. Black and white. You with me? That's what I like about this business. Thank you. Awesome. All right, already hit 10. Wouldn't you know it? Megan Hutton has already hit Power 10. That 10, that is under Eric and Bobby Belair. Diane Lampy already had Kim Zachary, and Andy Riddle already had Tanique Grant. So those are our Power 10 is when you hire a person, if you can get them to sell 10 policies and get 10 issued fast, they're more likely to make it. If they go slow, they're more likely to fail. It's kind of like on a bicycle. If you can get that thing rolling, you got a better shot of it. Keep going. Oh, I got stuff everywhere. I love it. All right. Okay. I had a subject to talk to you about that it's really a lot of teaching, and this is more, I'll say more in how to than recognition. Don't get me wrong. Recognition goes a long way because we're trying to figure out who's doing it, who do we need to work with more. God, I love that Forrester's race. All right. It's out of a book called First Thing First. And in First Thing First, we work on priority in your life. There are some folder slides, Billy, that they put up, TWC. Can we go to those? Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. So I invented, I don't know if I invented, I designed this coin. It's called the Success Coin. What do you want and how do you get it? This is going to be how you get it, okay? What you want is real simple. It's simple, clear choices. Simple, clear choices. Simple, clear goals. What do you want? You want a Ferrari? You want a Lamborghini? You want 3 cars? You want 7? Would you rather have 2 homes or 8 cars? Would you want both? Make sense? I'm working on my 4th home. And I'm really, really working on it. Like spending an hour designing. Spending another hour trying to calm my wife down because she got another project coming. And she's like, just give me a break. Because she does these houses. I just like them. That makes sense? I would like one in another country. I really would. That'd be, what do you want? I just want to be broke and happy. Well, if you can be broke and happy, it ought to be easy to achieve. I just don't know how easy it'd be. Does that make sense? Because a dog in a hunt ain't got no fleas. Meaning, a person who's chasing something is usually chasing something. A person who sits down will usually be caught by something. I'm not tricking with you. Like, this is what you want. What do you want? All right, come on, what you want. I got a magazine sitting on my table at home. I didn't get a chance to open one page. It's called Luxury. And I will eventually go through every page of it. You with me? The Robb Report just came. I ain't even looked at it. I will look through it and think, what do I want? Do you want more watches? Do you want to drape your wife in diamonds and jewelry? Do you want to write a check to the church for $100,000? Would you like to write the check to the church for $1 million? What do you want to do? Like to help homeless people. You know, it'd be cool. You all can do this week. Just go in a grocery store and break in front of 7 or 8 people. Just walk right in front of them and say, excuse me. And they say, hey, what are you doing? Say, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Everything okay? And they go, yeah, get them stirred up, right? And you go like, I was trying to break in front of you so I could pay for all y'all's groceries. But wait until they get stirred up about it. And then pay for all of them. So I'd like to pay for all of them. And then if somebody says like, no, you're not going to do that. You'd be like, yeah, sure. That's why I broke. So I feel like I got to now. So they're conflicted. What do you want to do? Oh, that's good. Like if you ever do those tolls, if you pay for 2 or 3 people behind you, that messes them up too, because then they get up there and you can just look in your rearview mirror and you can just do this right here. What do you want? What do you want to do? And then how do you get it? Okay, so great news for humans. Great news for humans. Different than doggies and cats and giraffes. Okay, choosing what's important in life. Doggies don't get choice like that. So let's go to the next slide. Maybe I can do it. Okay, something happens. This is how you respond. This right here, am I going to be able to write on this, Billy, you think? Yay! Okay. This is a space we want to talk about. What do you want? How do you get it? Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to talk about humans get endowments. Endowments are gifts. All right? So what we're going to talk about is this chance. This is what you want. This is how you get it. This is what happens to you. This is how you respond. This is the distraction, and this is how you handle the distraction. What we're going to talk about is this pause for a second. Right? So like this, I had this girl who got started, and she was supposed to take tests this afternoon. And she texted, and she said, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to be ready. We're going to have to put it off. I called her out. I said, what are you doing? She said, I don't think I'll be ready. I said, I don't care if you're going to be ready. She said, what do you mean if you don't care if you're not ready? See, right here's where we are. I said, you need to take tests. And she said, what if I fail? I go like, you fail. She's like, won't that be bad? I go, no. What'll be bad is if you quit. What'll be bad is if you don't try. What'll be bad is it's already paid for. You're going to pay again anyway. She's like, well, that's just crazy. I said, right. She said, okay, I'm going to get studying again. I'm going to take it this afternoon. I said, well, I hope you do pass or fail. And she said, well, there's a good chance I'll do one of those. I said, yeah. Poor people don't try. Poor people don't try. They give up, they quit, they curl up. They cry, they roll over a pee-pee on themselves like a little puppy who's been upset. Right? Rich people say, let's give it a shot. Say, yeah, give it a shot. And I'm going to try my everything to win. Scramble to win. Okay, let's, I'm going to show you how these endowments works. Okay. All right. True north is what they call this. In other words, if this is where you want to get and this is where you are, you need to go like this right here. If this is where you want to get and this is where you are, you need to go like that right there. Straight line. True north is the difference between men and animals, people and animals. You get gifts that were granted to you, some say by your maker. Some say God. Some say Mother Nature. Some say this big old heavyset guy. I think that's what they say. Everybody's got different rules. But it's always about something gave it to us. It's not like we went out and got it. Okay. What we have is self-awareness, consciousness, independent will, and creative imagination. Doggies don't have that. Okay? You built their house. We built our house. We designed our house, and we put multiple bathrooms in it. This creative imagination. You see what I'm saying? Like we get to plan ahead. All right. We have voices and we have choices. Doggies don't. Okay? Doggy gets hurt, he can't go back to another dog and say, row, 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 row. You with me? It's just not like that, right? And they go like, but they can bark if there's danger. That's pretty limited communication skills. We could say there's blackberries out there, but you should spray for chiggers. Right? The sun's burning hot. You should put some sunscreen on that little baby. You like we can talk and we can communicate. So the stimulus, sun, response, sunscreen. We can carry a chair with us. We can carry an umbrella with us. Not all of us do. Some of us act like animals. Whatever happens, then we bark. Somebody feed us, we eat. Feed us too much, we get fat. That makes sense? Like whoever's taking care of us, that's what we respond to. As a human being, Russ, you have choices. You have voices and choices. You get to choose. You might call it acting. You can get dressed. Doggies, they just shake it off, right? And if it sticks to them, it sticks to them. Unless somebody cuts it off. You with me? We have the ability to listen to other people. We can read books. We can listen to audios. So where we're trying to get to, what happens to us? Where we're trying to get to, what's our situation? The stimulus being the situation. The response. It's this split second. And I've gotten gooder. I think I've gotten gooder at that split second than a lot of people. I want you to get gooder. Okay? So the way you do is you pre-decide. Okay? Who can call me? A lot of y'all are good at calling me. Who can dial my number? When I get a phone call, who's dialing me? Somebody dial me. Watch it. Somebody's going to call me. You call me? Okay, watch this. Okay, you see where it's green like that? If I want to pick up, I do pick up. If I don't pick up, I don't pick up. You say, what's the decision? That is my decision. I have decided to pick up or not pick up. And I got this little thing right here, and it says, sorry, I can't chat right now. Albright to 336-221-3796, or I see you're calling. There's another good one, DJ calling. Okay. Can I call you later? I see you're calling, or I hit custom, and I go, everybody's lighting me up now. I go, what's up? What's up? Are you okay? Or if they're calling me and I see money, I do green. So my decision is to make a decision. I got another rule for you. If I don't know who it's coming from, I take the call. Yeah. If I don't know who it's coming from, you know why? Because I don't know. My wife said, why are you taking that call? I said, it might be an opportunity. I'm not going to say no to an opportunity. What's up, AC? He said, oh, he answered. Okay. So the decision is to make a decision based on what is productive. If I don't know who it's coming from, I take it. But I've already made a decision about that. I'm going to decide quick. I'm going to say, what's up? How can I help you? This is Marty calling from National Guardian Trust Insurance License. How can I help you? I'm a little like that. How can I help you? What's up? Well, we'd like to talk to you about a survey. Nobody care what I think, especially you. I don't do survey. Nope. You with me? Does that make sense? Forrester's called and said, I want to do a survey. I said, good. I'm getting ready to tell y'all something. You're bracing yourself? Is this anonymous? I need to know, is this anonymous or not? You with me? Like, I'm not kidding. Like, this is the way I go. All out. Hey, Andy is an old Marcus. Not interested. Good luck. Keep dialing and smiling. Sometimes I do give him a little piece of advice. Keep dialing and smiling, brother. Boom. Out. I don't wait for a no. Does that make sense? I've made so many decisions. Back one slide. I've made so many decisions. Can you go back? I've made so many pre-made decisions right here on what to do next. Okay? Coin go to. What I'm always doing is, here's what I'm trying to do. What's the most valuable thing I could be doing right now? Does that make sense? I think I think that this is the most valuable thing I could be doing. The way you looked at me, James, and said, nice to meet you, I think the best thing I can tell you in this whole room is me telling you that. Does that make sense? What's your name? Charlie. See, I thought asking him his name was the most important thing. Most people do whatever. What's your name? Annette. What's the last name? You've been killing it. Who hired you? Clay? Yeah, you're the one that's written like 6,000 in the first week on board. What I'm talking about. So y'all should clap for her. I never saw her, but I knew that name. Does that make sense? I know these guys, don't I? It's Ann and Viviana. That's right. What's your name? Ivan. I-V-A-N. Okay. Name? Ray. Charlie. Okay. Now, hey, by the way, I could be wrong. Matter of fact, I think I'm wrong a lot. Matter of fact, I got some people that you could check with. They'll tell you, he's right. He's wrong a lot. But it's being right a few times that gets you winning. Does this make sense? Okay. All right. So what I've worked on, I'm trying to help y'all work on this space. How many of you realize that decision process is costing you money right now and you'd like to improve on it? Raise your hand if this is true. Is it Catherine? Raise your hand higher. That's better. That's Charlie, so that must be Henry? Ray, that's right. Ray, I tell people, pretend like you got a string tied around your finger, pulling you up to the sky. You hear me? Commit, baby. All right. How many of you agree that you need to work on that space? Nick? Opportunities. Manly? Opportunities. Next slide. Okay. Yeah. Let's go right here. Self-awareness, conscious, independent will. Let me see. Make sure my notes on that. Our response determines our productivity and growth. Our response determines our deterioration and death. Make sense? Hey, man, listen. Let me give you a ride. Jump in the car. Hey, where we going? You know? Does that make sense? Ah! Our response determines our growth and our productivity or our death and demise. Or somewhere in between. Right? If we right every time, we'd be God. We ain't, but we dang sure need to get better at this. Okay. All right. Plant corn, get corn. Plant watermelon, get watermelon. Plant stupid, get stupid. Plant broke, get broke. Every time. Thinking you can plant this and get that is numbnut. Okay? That's the only word they let me use anymore, and some don't even like that one. Plant corn, get corn. Plant productivity, get productivity. Plant the most valuable, get the highest ROI. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. All right, the ability to examine. Dogs cannot examine what happened to them yesterday. You say, yeah, you can because they know they got whooped. That's a little different than planning the optimum output. They know poop there, get the poop beat out of them. That's about what they know. They don't know poop here, it's closer, and the grass will hide it. They have no creative, they have no self-evaluation, Marissa. Oh, this is what, listen, have y'all heard this before? I say this a lot, and I don't remember who it, but I looked it up. Socrates said this: a life unexamined is not worth living. A life unexamined. Self-reflection. I love statistics. So, number of happy times, number of times you laughed, number of friends you got, number of places you've been, number of cars, number of children, number of time you went to church, the money you went to church. I don't know how you can be a judge of someone. I'm more generous than he just because he gives away more money than I do. Really? Yeah, because I don't have much. So you're not willing to work hard like he does so that he can give more away. See, I'm a statistics person. Does that make sense? Meaning, how do you argue with, like I have heard a girl say this to a guy. She said, "You never open the door for me." I was like, I saw him open the door the other day. That's one. That's one. Which eliminates the word never. So I'm like watching. So hey, that's the second time I've seen him done it. Does that make sense? So last week, your production sucked. Let's examine. I didn't make no phone calls. Genius. Statistically, you went right to it. I only made 12 phone calls. I didn't keep going. You've killed it the first week. Look back. What did you do? Now let's do more of that. There's parts where you knew you could have done better. Let's don't do that. Let's do what you did more. Let's do more of what worked and less of what didn't. Let's do more of what worked and less of what didn't. That makes sense? This didn't work. This did work. Why do you keep doing what didn't work? Because that's what I'm used to. That's what my husband told me to do. That's what my mama told me to do. But it didn't work. That was not our judge. Our judge was results, right? Why did we, where'd you bring in this drama from? See, that's why I like statistics, not drama. There's this guy that's passed away named Jim Rohn. He said, I'm not being able to write, Billy. Why can't I write? Is it my fault? Put it in a box. 300 phone calls. 42 contacts. 25 appointments. Don't be talking about your mama and your cousin and your health and your anxiety and your depression and your alcoholism. I got you with your alcoholism. Get another drink. Make some phone calls, Bo. The hell. Thought it's supposed to loosen you up. It's tightening your ass up. Maybe you need to quit drinking. If you can't loosen up drinking, quit drinking. Does that make sense? God with the excuses. What I'm looking for is number, not excuses. Well, you want me to quit drinking? I don't care. I want you to quit telling me about the drama. Well, Tim Goad's working with me, and so Jeff Bright, psychologist, is coaching me. You can make phone calls in between coaching sessions. This is the year of the fanatical. This is not the year of the healing. This is not the year of the blind man picked up the hammer and saw. This is not the crippled getting up and walking. This is not the mute talking. This is the production day. Don't you care about me, Andy? Yeah, I'm going to show you how I care in your bank account. Well, it's not all about that. Remember the part where you can be broke and happy? We're going to be happy and rich. Because by the time the year gets through, your counseling is going to wrap up at about the same time. And then we're going to Thailand and go screw it all up. No. If we straightened it out, you're going to stay straightened out. If we ain't straightened it out, we're going to party. Everybody's got their thing. But this is the thing we're talking about. Stimulus response. Okay. Self-examine life. I like statistics. All right. My old ways. What were your motives before? Them happy. I wanted to make my mama happy. I wanted to succumb to my weaknesses. Those are motives that suck. Does that make sense? What are your motives? What is your history? What is your scripts? Old ways. How much time I got? Okay. This is big. I had this guy, he come to me, he said, and by the way, whenever I talk about this guy, don't raise your hand because then they'll know it's you. Okay? If you don't raise your hand, that could be talking about him. I could be talking about Nick. Is it Nick? Nick. Nick and Nick? Okay, 2 Nicks. Okay. He said, I'm having trouble working. I said, you're having trouble talking too. He said, what do you mean? I said, your tongue is jacking it up. He said, what do you mean? I said, you should be saying I'm killing it. I'm making dials. I'm a productive mofo. I'm dialing and smiling. People are saying yes, and I'm picking up checks. He's like, that's not what's happening. There's your tongue just went jacked up again. I need for you to say it. And he said, what if it ain't happening? I was like, I'm going to throw something. I think I had a hat on. I threw my hat. I said, work with me. Y'all work with me. Just say this. Just say, I'm killing it. You ready? I'm killing it. All right, one more time. I'm killing it. I'm smiling and dialing. I'm smiling and dialing. I make at least 500 phone calls whether I need to or not. I make at least 500 phone calls while I need to or not. I'm a millionaire. Okay, that's the script that we're playing now. But if we examine our old script, we realize how stupid we looked. One of my friends said, you don't know how you look till you get your picture took. You don't know how you sound till the tongue starts wagging. I suggest you change your history by getting ahead of it and writing up your script. Give me your new script. Give me your new script. What's your words? Talk to me. Tell me y'all's script. Talk to me.
I'm winning the track.
I'm winning the drag race. We're going to Toronto. Let me ask you which one of y'all going, because only one of you get to go on this time. You going? She pointed to him and he pointed to him. You're going with me? Dude, we're going to eat good, bud. We're going to have a good time. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going in March. Has baseball started by March? Is it April? January, February, March, April. We're going in April. Definitely baseball started. I think we'll go to a Blue Jays game. That's what I'm anticipating. And get a suite. That probably down the first base, third base line. We'll see. What do you think? Something good to eat? Talk junk to Foresters? Get in good with the underwriters? Get an extra case written? Issued? So every Forester staff that's here at the convention, go up to them and say, hey, I'm coming up to see y'all in April. Come to the headquarters. Y'all better clean up. Change your scripts. Okay. All right. Examine my old ways and the results that they're not producing. What was I was talking about this last night? You shouldn't put new wine in an old wineskin. And it was something else not to do. Let's move on. Next slide. Oh, God. All right, self-awareness. Am I able to stand apart from my thoughts and feelings and change them? My own personal eye in the sky. Y'all know I love this. Looking down on my thinking and action. All right. That fire extinguisher right there is where I've got watching me. Okay? And what I'm saying. And that's saying to me, you're being a little bit crazy. You might need to tone it down. But then it's also saying, I feel like it might be working with a couple of them. You might need to keep going. I'm examining. You with me? I done checked the front door a couple times. Everything's good every time. It's still there. I'm doing this up. I'm trying to keep my shirt from creeping up on my back right there. I noticed that with Luke Keekley when he quit, his jacket was all crumpled up. I said, somebody should have told him to pull the jacket down. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen his jacket come up like that right there? The eye in the sky watching you. When you get out of the car at a client's house, you get out of the car, you wave like this. Hey, y'all! What's up? Why you do that? Because the eye in the sky is watching, and the eye in the sky say you got to the house and walk normal to the house. Don't walk normal. Get out of your car and wave at them. You say, why is that? You keep asking me why. If I had to explain everything you have to do, it's going to take forever to teach you. If you would just do, Annette, if you'll just keep doing, don't start thinking on me now. You're doing good. I will tell you why, but I'm not going to tell you why to every single thing we do because it will take forever. You get out of the car and you wave, because a lot of times people will hide from you and act like they ain't home. But when you wave like this, they go like, I think he's seen us. We're going to have to be opening the door now. Does that make sense? The other thing is they think you're happy to see them. They think you're an energetic person. They think you're crazy, and people like crazy people. So there's all kinds of good things that happen if you'll get out of your car and just wave at them. But the eye in the sky needs to be watching you and decide if you're doing it. What Jeff Bright told me, Jeff's back room, he said, it's the wisdom of the ages versus the wisdom of the heart. Okay, I didn't feel like waving. That's the wisdom of the heart. The wisdom of the ages, which is the old people in our business, say, get out of your car and wave. Does that make sense? The wisdom of the ages says, fight it through with your spouse. Fight it through. The heart, and a lot of new wave people say, you get you a new one. You get you a new one. And just keep on. Goes from 50% chance to a 75% to an 8% chance. You with me, the more. Does that make sense? What I'm telling you is the wisdom of the ages. When your thoughts and feelings, I don't think I can pass. I'm going to quit and reschedule. No. You scheduled it, take it. That's the ages. You with me? That's the eye in the sky. All right, remember this too. Goes a little bit back to the voice and choices. You got this saying, you can't do it. He's full of crap. Andy's full of crap. You can't do this. You can't be rich too. This won't work for you. You've heard this before. It ain't going to work for you, Annette. They're just sucking you in. They're sucking you in. The other side's going, these guys are really nice. Seems like they got sense. Dadgum, he's got a nice car. Dadgum, there's multiple people saying it's right. Yeah, but so what? It's not for you. You've never done it before. You failed every single time. Everything else you've done. You with me? It's voices and choices. You got them in your head. That script doubles the good side. You feed the bad wolf or feed the good wolf. Wisdom of the ages says you say what you need to say regardless of how you feel. Somebody said to me, you're like a baseball player. You strike out, you get up there, act like you're going to hit a home run. Like you got no memory whatsoever that you struck out. What is wrong with you? I go, I don't know. Something's wrong with me. I stumped my toe. The first thing I'm thinking about is like, how am I going to get another person selling? Like that's what I do. I stump my toe. My wife will tell you, I'll do. I will immediately start thinking, how can I get somebody else selling? Because the sooner you think about something else besides what's bothering you, what's your name, ma'am? Dana, as soon as you start thinking about something productive, the unproductive pain goes away. So, mama's dying, daddy's dying. I got it. Cousins die. I got it. I hear you. I'm old. I've had people die. Duh. Think about something productive and do that. All right. Avatar. If you had an avatar, what would the avatar do? What you say it does. If you had an avatar, he'd do what you told him to do, right? Would you tell him to do the wrong thing, or would you tell him to do what works? You'd tell him what to do works. Why don't you let him be you and you be the avatar? Why don't you let your soul guide you and not your little feeling flappers things? Yeah, whatever. Feel your way into an act or act your way into a feel. I found acting your way into a feel works way better than feeling the way you're at. Because if I acted the way I feel, I'd still be in a bed. Does that make sense? I had to get up, had to get dressed, had to get a shower, had to get up in here. I got stuff to do, changes to make, differences to happen. Okay? Act, then feel, don't feel, then act. Put that guy in charge and tell you what to do. Make sense? My son said when you come up here, he used to be up in New Hampshire, he said when you come here, fix your glasses like that. He said, because they think you're crazy when you do that. So I used to do that a lot when I got there. I looked down, I said, that does look crazy. Who was it I was watching the other day? And she did it like this. And I was cracking up. I said, that's a little crazy too. Look, normal person does this right here. All right? I don't want to look normal. I'm trying to remember who that was because I was cracking up. I was like, I'm convinced she's crazy. And it just makes you watch them closer. And that's what you want to do. People watch too. Okay, I got to get through a lot. Next slide, Billy. Feel, act, emotional. So less emotional, more doer. Conscious. The ability to choose new paths to your success that are in harmony with the principles of the heart. Remember, stimulus, response, true north. What's your true north? What do you really want? Okay? This is whatever you want. You either want this or you want this. You want to go straight at it. Straight at what you want. True north. Y'all have heard true north? That's what it means. True north, it means straight line. Not zigzag. Depressed. You're not really gaining ground. I'm going to have a party. We celebrate. We had a small victory. Okay, party's over. Let's get back to work. The more you get accomplished, the more you got to do. You got to be a straight line. Voices showed me simple plan. Here's the way it looks. It's just the way I've got it drawn out. This is the way it looks, but here's what people do. Depressed, then they have to come back up. Look how much time you lost. Time, effort, money, and energy going down and coming back up. Partied all day, partied all night. Got to go back to work. You with me? Can't we just have a little party and get back to work? Can't we just be depressed for an hour or two and get back to work? Like put a timer on your depression. You know, put like an egg timer. Ding, enough of that. Let's go. If you're ever around me and my boys, we'll do that. But like, he's a good guy. Okay, let's get to work. I mean, what are you going to do if you're in the army, you know, the guy gets shot, you'd be like, oh, we should burn him. Bo, get his gun. Get his gun. We're going to need that. Let's go. Focus. You will see a little time, sometimes I get that you say that people that do good are selfish. You know what I mean? Like, we should take time to bury him and we should light a fire. Like, dude, they're going to kill us too. Let's get back and help his children. Let's get his gun, get back, help his children. I know it's selfish because we're going to live, but we're also going to help his children. We die too, we can't do nothing. That makes sense. It does sound planned and calculated because it's planned and calculated. Okay. My wife quit watching for a second. I buy my wife flowers everywhere. You said, does she feel like it's planned and calculated? She don't act like it. She always goes, flowers! I go, yes! It worked again. It's planned and calculated. Everywhere I go, flowers there waiting. Planned and calculated. How'd you like that to be planned and calculated for you? Yeah? Or would you go, planned and calculated, flowers? Right, flowers! Ta-da! That makes sense? Planned and calculated, less emotion and feeling gets you more emotion and feeling. Okay, next. Do I sometimes feel an inner prompting that I should do something or I shouldn't do something that I'm about to do? Does everybody feel that? Like, I know I shouldn't say that. I know I shouldn't do that. That's an inner prompting. Exercise your moral authority, meaning you're higher than that. You're a higher moral authority on that. Choose not to do that. Choose to do the right thing. A beacon of light. People like that. People like people that do the right thing in the middle of the psychodness. Like that army guy, when people are shooting and everything, he's like, get up, let's charge. And people are laying down low. He's like, get up, let's charge. They're like, you better get down, you're going to be shot. He said, you're going to get shot laying down if you don't get up shot standing up. You hear what I said? You're going to get shot laying down if you don't get up shot standing up. And he's standing there standing up talking it. They go like, that guy's crazy, I like him. That guy's crazy, I like him. People like people that book 20, 30, 40 appointments a week. They like them because they're sick and they still did 30 appointments. They're tired and they still do 30 appointments. They got $100,000 cash in the bank and they still book 30 appointments. They're winning number one already in the company and they still book 30. People like that. They like people that make that cocky or higher moral authority beacon of light. They want to follow it. Oh, I got good news and bad news. I'm a beggar showing you where the bread is. I'm a beggar showing you how to get it. I'm the mentally distressed showing you how to not to be mentally stressed. I'm not more humble than you. I don't love more than you. I don't fear more than you. I don't want more than you. I don't love my wife more than you. I don't love my little girl more than you. Nothing more than you. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Does that make sense, Manly? I'm just a beggar telling you where the bread is. I don't know everything. I don't propose to. I still mess up. I still sin. I still fail. I still screw up. I still brag. I'm still cocky. I'm still arrogant. But here's where it is. And people like people that do that. And they like people that point to the bread and then go after the bread. That's what they like. That's why the people follow the people that act like they know where they're going. As dumb as he is, he acts like he knows where he's going. Why don't you start acting and quit faking? Does that make sense? What's coming out of your mouth? I'm telling you, we like those people that said, all we do is win, win, win. Right? The higher moral, pick the moral authority in that split second and just try to do it more often. Don't try to do it all the time because you'll break something. You'll pull something. I just want you to do it more often. Next. Oh, I got on so much. This thing's tick-tocking. It's like your life. If you should get something like this for your life. Like you're going to have to hurry up. Oh, your life's ticking away. All right, the ability to exercise. I'm losing my pens, man. The ability to exercise your right. See, remember, endowed. People are endowed. I got it in my hand. Just like my phone, I got it in my hand where did I do with my glasses? All right. Choices that create change. That's the symbol if you're an engineer. I'm an engineer. Remember, I like boxes. It's change. Make choices. This didn't work. Don't do that again. This worked. What Terry did last week with the rocks in the jar, did y'all see that? This is the same book. This is the same book. Do the big rocks. Do the big rocks, then we'll get to the little rocks, then we'll get to the sand, then we'll get to the water. Well, if you don't run out of time and you can't put some of the water in, who cares? It'd be better than not putting the big rocks in. Somebody's going to get mad. You were supposed to do this. I know, but I did this. You should have picked this. I wanted you to do this, but you did this. Yeah, but this is what I wanted to do. Why did you want to do that? Because of the results. I ask my wife all the time, I said, baby, please don't ask my kid, especially the boy, questions like, why did you leave your clothes on the floor? Because here's what my son say, so I could play faster. And she's like, don't be a smart aleck. I said, Mama, sweetie, he's not being a smart aleck. He's telling you the truth. He didn't pick him up because he wants to go play. Here's what you should say to him. Pick that stuff up or I will beat your butt. I guarantee, does that make sense? See what I'm saying? But he's like, I threw it down and I took off to go play. So if your mother says, how come you didn't come by? I say, well, I decided to come by Friday because I had 3 appointments today. And if you use that because, a lot of times they'll go along with you. But they might still get mad and say, I don't care how much money you're trying to make in your life. I'm important. You'd be like, you're important. That's why I'm coming on Friday. Because Friday's my most important day. You got to get good at that. You see how I'm doing the little rock when I want to do the little rock, but I'm doing the big rock when I want to do the big rock because it's my friggin' rock. It's my life. And my jar, my rock, my life, my income, my beach house, buddy. How we doing, Jeff? Am I hitting most of them? Listen to this. I got to tell you something. This right here is one of the most exciting words in this statement. An ability is a skill, not a right. You have a right to choose, but an ability to decide to choose. This is huge. A skill can be developed by a numbnuts person. A caveman can develop a skill. It's the ability to decide to make these decisions and then evaluate by hindsight and deciding what didn't work and what did work and change going forward. Nick, you hear what I'm saying to you both? Paul Roberts asked me to talk to you. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Paul Roberts. Okay. It's just a decision, bro. It's a second by decision. Second. I got a buddy. He'll comment on a Facebook. He'll comment on a comment. He'll comment. But he don't book 20 appointments. He said it only takes a second. That ain't keeping him booking for 20 appointments, but it's keeping him from booking one more. It's 1 second that's killing him. That's the second that I see he's wasting. He's wasting other seconds that I don't see. But I know he's wasting them because I don't see the 20 appointments. But I don't know how he's wasting them. I don't know what he's doing. But I'm suspicious. And I watch Law and Order, so I'm thinking, I bet I know what he's doing. I bet he's peeping when he should be dialing. I bet he's creeping when he should be dialing. I bet he's smoking. Smoke breaks over, son. This is the year of the fanatics. Does that make sense? I am a suspicious person. Because I have examined and I know how I am. If I'm not doing something productive, I'm doing something that ain't productive. See how that works? If you ain't being productive, I know what you're doing. I just don't know how bad it is or if it's illegal or which state it's illegal in or which country it's illegal in. It could just be immoral, not illegal. It could just be a waste of time and not immoral, illegal. But you see how all three of those fall in a not productive category that you got to stop. The only thing is you can't stop. I get it that you can't stop. The question is, can you start? Put in the big rocks and you don't have time for that crap. Book 25 appointments. Then tell me what your problem is. That makes sense? Book the 25 appointments. Then tell me your problems. Guess what happened to my little girl? Guess what happened to my best friend? Which best friend? You know, the one that's always put me down and tearing me down. Guess what? Won't return my phone calls anymore. I say, why are you calling him? Well, I really hadn't called. See what I'm saying? Like, tell me your consequences after the big rocks. Tell me the consequences. Tell me the drama after the big rocks are done. Then tell me what's the problem. All right. It's voices and choices. Next, independent will. Can I allow my moods? Hey. My moods to be the slaves to my commitments. I done made my decision. Now my mood is dictated based on my decision as opposed to my mood dictates my decision. Can the moods become a slaves to my decisions? Can my mode, I've got to be happy because it's TWC. That's right. Let's just say I'm out there and my wife calls and says, Casper died. I said, my buddy Casper died. It's TWC time, baby. Here we go. There go my upline. Let me go over there and see the CEO of the company who just cut the commissions, just eliminated a product. I see him. I say, that's all, brother. I'm glad you kept most of the products. I'm glad you kept some of the commission. You with me? My commitments dictate my mood. My moods are a slave to my commitment. My commitments are not a slave to my moods. It's the, do you allow it? Developing, there we go again, skill, practice the ability to set and achieve goals, promises, commitments, same word, to myself as well as to others, but he put himself first. Makes sense? This is where we are. This is the difference between humans and animals and poor people, medium people, and rich people. That makes sense? Like, I love these candidates, these presidential candidates, because they're all committed until they change their mind, and then they're committed. They'll have a stance for something until they're not against it, and then they'll be committed to it. And they don't even care. And then people will play videos of what they said earlier, and they don't care. You go, they're bad people. They're presidential candidates, and you're on your couch with you ain't even got 25 appointments, and you're talking trash about a presidential candidate. At least have 25 appointments before you start talking trash about him. She's a crook. Well, you're lazy. She ain't lazy. How you know? Because you yak all the time. You need to be yakking on the phone. Does that make sense? He's this, he's that. Book your 35 appointments, then talk your trash. Then post your little comments, your little likes, your little thumbs up and crap like that. You ain't got time to put no thumbs up until you get 30 appointments. Not to mention type words. All right. Making, I call this schedule, and I call this do. Okay. Making, I don't like to use green. Making and keeping. Scheduling and doing. I call it be ye doers of the schedule. Be ye doers of the schedule. You do the schedule and then you do the schedule. You do the schedule and then do the schedule. Does that make sense? Plan it out. I was talking to this girl that's a high producer. She right in a row. She said, I don't know who booked my schedule, but I'm going to kick their butt. But I can't drive and kick their butt at the same time. She booked her schedule. And then she was bitching about that person. You talk about an eye in the sky. I was confused. She was pissed. And I knew when she started saying it, because I have often said that to my wife. I said, baby, I don't know who scheduled me to go out of town 2 trips in a row. And she's like, I know who scheduled it. I go, well, I better do it. Two wrongs don't make a right. Does that make sense? I shouldn't have scheduled it, but I got to do what I'm supposed to do. It was wrong for me to schedule so much, but now I got to do it. You see the predicament? The big rocks dictate to the little rocks. The little rocks don't dictate to the big rocks. This is your whole life. Okay? Patzer showed me his schedule for 35 people he talked to. I think it was Monday, and he had 36 scheduled for Tuesday. He's the doer of the do. He scheduled it, and now he has. I said, Jerker's going to be out talking to somebody while he's peeing. Because there's no way he can talk that long without going to the bathroom, and there's no break. He's going to have to be peeing while he's talking to somebody. People are like, that ain't right. Well, yeah, mute it. Ask them something. Ask them about something about themselves, and they'll talk forever, and then you flush it and then move on. That makes sense? Schedule and execute. Plan it, and execute it. You got to figure out, Brandon, Clay, you got to figure out how to book the 20 appointments. You got to figure out how to get the recruits. Well, what do I got to talk to this guy that's got questions? Yeah, figure that out after you do the big rock. Well, he might get mad. Well, he might. I'm going to have to teach you calming down skills at that point. Because, you know what I'm saying, because you ain't called him back. I told him, this guy, he said, what am I going to do if they get mad at me for not calling them back? I said, who's getting mad? Because that matters. Does that make sense? In other words, I have people that are doing nothing that get mad for not getting a call back. So let's say a guy that's doing nothing is mad at you for not calling back. And I say to you, hey, Ding Dong over here don't do nothing, said you didn't call him back. You said, that's right. I'd be like, way to do. You see what I'm saying? Now, the guy is the top producer, you ain't returned his phone call? I'm like, bro, what were you doing? What was bigger than that? I mean, hello, talk to me. You go, well, let me tell you what I got. I go, all right, tell me. In other words, defend your position. Be prepared to defend your position. But if you can't defend your position, does that make sense on what's the big rocks and what ain't? All right. Woo, got to go. Creative imagination. Let's go to the next one. The ability to empower yourself beyond the obvious. Oh, God. All right. It's clear you got no money. Okay? It's clear you have no shot. Now, let's imagine a miracle. I don't even know how to spell it. It's a miracle. Let's imagine a miracle. Does that make sense? Let's imagine a miracle. And then, so let's see it. Seize it so we can seize it. Seize and seize. Okay? That's it. Does that make sense? I got it. It's clear. I'm clear. It's obvious. You ain't. Now, have you got any imagination? Have you created any thought? Does that make sense? Can you imagine it? Okay, then let's move on. Doggies can't picture a bigger house than the one you built them. Giraffes can't picture more tall trees that are very convenient. They just, whatever is what they got to accept. You, on the other hand, have a creative imagination. You can think about it. Oh, you can read books and read stories of how other people did it that are worse off than you. You can read books of people that are shorter than you and made it, darker than you, lighter than you, smarter than you, dumber than you, less sex than you, whatever, committed to a sex, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like not committed person. He wasn't committed. You can do anybody in any world. You with me? Anybody in any world, you find them that's done it, you read a book, autobiography, now you use your imagination that you too could get it too. Okay? All right. Creative imagination question. Do I visualize my life beyond its present reality? Next. Do I visualize my life beyond its present reality? This means dreaming of a better tomorrow, looking for a new and creative way. Here's where you were trying to get. This is you were trying to get there, you got here. Next year, you want to get here. I got an idea, come around here. I got an idea, come around here. I got an idea, call me, and I'll help you. Call Jeff Bright, I'll help you. Creative strategy to get where you want to go. Thank you. I have an announcement to make, and I'm going to do it. All right. Think, imagine, plan, and do. Wayne Gretzky, they asked him, they said, how do you beat the puck? How do you skate faster than the puck? And he said, I don't. I just get to where it's going to be ahead of time. He don't outskate the puck. He just gets there. Think, here's where I want to be. I'm going to need help. Think, who's going to help me? Think, what do I need? I'm going to book 30 appointments this week. I ain't got no leads. I better get some leads now. I don't have any money. I better talk my upline into it. I better ask my wife, can I have a loan? I better call my daddy. See how I'm thinking? Got to have leads. Where am I going to get the money? Who am I going to talk into giving them to me? Did my credit card? Can I take the credit card? Can I not pay my house payment? Creative. I'm thinking ahead of the puck. I'm thinking ahead of the puck, Brandon. Not after the puck's there. Oh, Mr. Albright, I'm sure you understand. I can't catch the puck. It's already took off. You should have been thinking ahead of time. I got an idea. This week's screwed. Now next week. Does that make sense? Creative, thinking. Okay, so that's it. All right, go back to the first slide with the circles. Okay, next. Okay, this is us. This is humans. The guy that wrote the book, First Things First, Stephen Covey, he said there's 4 endowments. My consultant said he's full of doo-doo. There's like 8 endowments that humans have that animals don't have. And he said, I'm not going to try to mess you up with all 8, but I'm going to give you number 5 because you're going to freak out over this. And here's what he said. Number 5th endowment or gift to humans by their maker or whoever, it's who psychologists have figured out, it's called the abundance mentality. So the first 4 were self-awareness, conscious, independent will, creative. The abundance, humans have that. Dogs do not have that. Does that make sense? Money stored up, food stored up, cookies stored up, freezers. Get a freezer. Abundance. Your security does not come from others not living up to their expectations, but rather you holding yourself accountable to your own principles. This is when you like to share the abundance because life's not a limited pie. The amount of love, the amount of self-worth, the amount of knowledge. So the abundance mentality is thinking, if I had more, I could give it away. Dogs don't think like that. Oh, I'll get more to take it back. Oh, mama dogs do. Okay, I got you. Hello. We have the ability to take it back for our kids, and their kids. We have the ability to take it back and take it to the church. We have the ability to take it back and give it to the schools. We have the ability to pay for other people's groceries. The abundance mentality that the pie is unlimited. We can have, by the way, abundance mentality. I can't help but 4 different legs. I had a guy told me, he said, I hired 26 people in the last 30 days. Actually, I didn't do the recruiting. God, to do the recruiting. I'll do the recruiting next week. He's in the top 10 in recruiting the company. He's brand new. He said, you got any advice? I got 26 people in the last 60 days or 30 days. I said, yeah, get 26 more. Because I'm thinking the best out of his 26 ain't that great. But if he could get the best out of this 26 and the best out of this 26 and get the best 4 and then the best 2, that's the 2 I want to work with. Does that make sense? Because he's sifting. So I said, go ahead and hire someone. And he said, all right, I'll do it. And he said he hired 3 more yesterday. after I had that conversation with him. That's the abundance mentality. I got 26. That's all I can work with. Abundance is he can work 26. Now, he might need to slow down for a month. Might. We'll see. Depends on the quality of the people. But it's the abundance. You with me? Welcome to the Alliance. It is enough that every single one of you could be making $1 million a month. And America would not call us up and ask us for an interview. They wouldn't. You see the billionaires that we don't know who they are until they run a presidential candidate because nobody cared. Does that make sense? They don't care. You would think people call me every day, ask me what I know. Nope. No, I don't care. Yeah, I'd like to interview you, Mr. Albright, and here's a story. I'd like to write a movie about your life. No, I don't give a crap. From where you've come from? No, nothing. Does that make sense? Like, they don't care. It's so much out there, it don't even matter. Like, the bigger you realize the world is and America is, the least you worry about, can you have it too? It's the abundance mentality. All right. I mentioned to y'all, this is an important announcement. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, the ARC, I mentioned I was so excited about it and all the carriers. The ARC has continued to improve, but not at the pace that I want it to improve. So I wanted to tell you this, we can all congratulate and be excited, and we can direct our questions, comments, and concerns, which is a relief to me. I'm happy to announce that Robbie Kraft will be taking on the newly created role of the Chief of ARC Operations. Okay, yeah, clap for him. Yay! Robbie's technical senses, ability to negotiate, plan, organize, and communicate will all be needed to accomplish the goals at hand with the ARC. This is what pays us all. It's our CRM. It's our back-end money. It's just so much involved. If y'all don't know, if you're new, Robbie has served the Alliance successfully as the Chief of Sales, where he traveled extensively teaching, recruiting, selling the Alliance system to everybody. We very much appreciate the service that Robbie has provided across the country as Chief of Sales. It will be difficult, very difficult, to allow him to step away from those duties, but the enormity and the impact of the ARC are so important, it's enough to make his role change happen for the good of all of us. Robbie has also assisted with Robert King III in legal issues, and he will continue with those responsibilities. I will be absorbing the duties of Chief Sales again, because that's who I was. I will absorb that again while he focuses 100% on the ARC and that whole system. This is great news for the Allemans, the Longs, the Careys, the Owens, the people that really were saying, hey, we could do this, we could do that, Because, so I've got Pam Parrish directing me, Clay, Lucero, Jacob, Chris Hill, President's Club, my dynamic assistants, Missy, Amber, and of course Bree upstairs. All right, please address previous sales opportunities and challenges directly to me, and I will address or delegate them appropriately. ARC, on the other hand, my boy Robbie, is all over it with both feet. He'd love to hear from you. He knows it's a big challenge. He's excited about it. Effective today, January 15th, Robbie Kraft will be helping the Alliance grow and improve in this major core role of the ARC Chief Operations, along with continuing to assist with his legal issues. Robbie will be responsible and accountable for the smooth running of the ARC system by managing design, development, implementation, maintenance, and coordination of its policies, procedures, and execution of all the payouts. Big areas of oversight. So think about this. All of Bombshell Technologies, all of the carriers flow, and then all of our top producers and our managers. So that's the three big areas. The carriers, the at Bombshell, the organizers of the payout of the ARC, and then all the top people. So that's his three oversights, which includes Tony Hardy and Keith Hall's area, Foresters, CFG, the whole thing. Including the education. There's a lot of things on the ARC that people don't even know it does. We need to educate, we need to implement, and we need to improve. So he is our suggestion guy. He will be on the road he will not be doing hotspots. He will be on the road going to carriers. He'll be going to Louisiana where Bombshell is. He'll be down there in counting and all of NA. So that's a big deal. So changes, baby, changes. How many people are going to change? How many people already think you changed just a little bit today? God, wouldn't that be crazy if everybody understood a little bit of that? Guys, I am so excited about 2020. 40 slots to go to Toronto. It's a 90-day race. $1,000 to write with Foresters or $500 with Foresters if you have to make a decision. I love y'all. I'm so fired up. Let's do this thing. Let's go kill it. 2020. Out.